Okie dokie, I am joined now in great company by Sarah Mckenzie. We have a special singer joining me on today's show, the Dannison Overflow Show. Welcome to my show, Sarah Mckenzie. How are we doing today?
Very well, thank you so much. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, it's a delight to have you on. I know you're busy at the moment. With Christmas and everything, and you've got a new album out. So thanks for taking time out to speak to me today. I know before on air I asked you, but for my listeners, where are you in the world right now?
I'm in Los Angeles, and it's 11 o'clock in the morning. Very nice sunny day here, so that's good.
Fantastic. And how's Los Angeles life treating you?
Yes, very well. I love America. I love London too. I've lived in England, and it doesn't matter where I am in the world. I'm really happy, I think, in general.
That's great. And I know you. I know you are well travelled as well. You've been around the world many times.
Yes, I got a scholarship to the Berklee College of Music, so that was a full scholarship. So I left Australia, which is my home country, and I lived there for several years. And then I signed with Impulse, which is on Universal in France, and I moved to Paris for some time. And then I decided that I would love to live in London for a while. I did that, and then now I'm in America. And so I don't know where I'll be next, but life's an adventure, so I'm on the ride.
See where the course takes you.
Exactly, yeah.
Sure. You've got a new album out as well. What's the title of the album called?
Called Without You, and it's a Brazilian-inspired album. I'm really excited about it because I had the opportunity to work with two of the legends of Brazilian music, Romero Lubambo, who played with Astrid Gilberto, and Jean Morellenbaum, who was the original cellist in Antonio Carlos Jobim's band. So this is incredibly exciting for me, so I'm really honoured.
So the sounds of Latin America heavily inspire you on this project?
Yeah, absolutely.
How many tracks are there on this album as well?
14 tracks, so it's a rather long album, but I had a lot to say. I had 4 original tunes, which I put on it, and also it is a collaborative effort. Jacques, I was honoured since he worked with Jobim that he arranged several tunes for the album, and also Romero and I collaborated on an original tune, Without You.
Yeah. One of the tracks as well on Without You is called Gentle Rain as well.
Yes, it is. We open with Gentle Rain, which is the Louis Bonfa composition, and it's beautiful, and I wanted to sort of draw people in with this song, in a cinematic way. So that's why it's the opening number of the album.
Some musicians might say that when they create an EP or an album, the opening track's quite the hardest one to fit in.
Yeah, no, I did struggle with this. There were several contenders for the opening tune. I was also thinking maybe The Voice of Rio would be a nice way to start because it's my tribute to Jobim and it's an original tune. But in the end, I discussed with several people, and the general consensus was Gentle Rain. With the cello opening, beautiful, just draw people in and let the album unfold. So that was the idea.
A very satisfactory result then with the track listings then.
Yeah, I hope so. A lot of thought went into every element of this album. We just received a 5-star review actually for the sound, for example, in Germany. So, and I had an all-star team for that here in Los Angeles. And also the musicians are 5-star. Peter Erskine, who played with Weather Report, the Brecker Brothers, Joni Mitchell, he plays on the album. As well. So the musicians were first class, the sound was first class. I thought really hard about the order of the tunes. I really put my heart and soul into this album.
And The Voice of Rio as well, that stood out for me because it has a bit of jazz elements to it as well.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I come from a jazz background. I love Oscar Peterson and the swing, and I also love. I'm not really too snobbish. I love lots of music and. I love Nora Jones. She's amazing. So, I wanted to create something, just a beautiful song, with a Brazilian influence that maybe, a lot of people would like. That's what I tried to do anyway.
What's the feeling like when you first discovered, Latin music?
Oh, I was like a teenager in Australia, and I was checking out Oscar Peterson. And I loved his piano playing. It's just fantastic. And he played a song called Wave on an album called Motions and Emotions. And I just loved that. And Klaus Ogerman did the arrangements. And I checked out who was the composer, and it was Antonio Carlos Jobim. And that was amazing for me. I had to listen to some of his music, and why I love the swing for jazz. I also really love the samba for Brazilian music. I thought, wow, this is great. This feeling, I love this feeling and this music. It's vibrant, rhythmic, colorful, catchy little tunes. I just loved it.
It's one of that music which has just swept the world right over, isn't it?
Oh, totally. I mean, it happened in the 1960s. When Stan Getz, they really fused sort of jazz and bossa nova together. To created the bossa nova, and it was a craze that the world loved. Understandably.
When a DJ out, play like the Latin songs, they always go down a treat. I've first discovered a Latin album. I've actually got it here. It's like a carnival album. There, it's the
oh great.
Yeah, it's the Latin carnival best of in the world, and it's got all the greats like Sergio Mendes. Going back to the 60s. Yeah,
yes.
And the Sandpipers as well. Some great ones on there.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, I mean, it's such joyful music. I mean, with Brazilian music in particular, you have the full spectrum. You have a lot of joy, but also you have the saudade, the sadness, that deep longing. So, it's I mean, that's just like life, isn't it? It's everything.
Yeah.
So all the emotion.
Nice.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Have you managed to perform this album out at the moment?
Not as a quintet, not as a large band, but I have with Romero and Jacques. We performed concerts at the Umbra Jazz Festival. That was wonderful. And also we performed in Portugal and Germany, at Jazz Open in Germany, and on the Algarves in Portugal, and in Lisbon also. So, but I hope to tour it more because it's a beautiful album. I think lots of people will enjoy the music. It's very accessible, but also very sophisticated music. So there's something really for everybody.
And are you a signed artist or an independent artist at present?
So this album was self-made, but it is licensed to Pierce, IAS Music in Europe and in North America. For Australia, the ABC has taken it on, and for Japan and Asia, Disc Union has taken it on. So, yeah. But yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good. And how do you find the inspiration to write your music?
Oh, excellent question. From life, and any little story, or our whole album came out of a trip I did to Rio de Janeiro in 2017. So I went there, I was there, I saw Corcovado with my own eyes, I hung out with the Brazilians, I jammed with the members of Antonio Carlos Jobim band, I stayed on Ipanema Beach, I went to the bar where Jobim wrote The Girl from Ipanema. So there was a lot of inspiration I had, to write tunes from that album. I think you've got to live it, in order to be able to write it. So that's just what I do. It's everything I write is true for me,
Did you visit the big statue? Is it of Christ?
Yes, Cristo. Yes, which is also written into the voice of Rio in that song. So
wow, that's spectacular. That is.
It is.
And what would you like to say to your followers and the people who listen to your music?
Oh well, I absolutely hope that you'll check out this album. It's called Without You, and it's a Brazilian-inspired album. I've put my heart and soul into it, and I hope that people will go on the journey and just love the music. It's all about the music.
That's what it's about. And looking forward to 2024. Is that going to be a good year for you?
Oh, absolutely. Every year is better and better. I just did a month of touring in Europe, 14 concerts, and it was amazing. I played with the guitarist who played in Oscar Peterson's band, and I hope to do more with him because he was sensational. So, yeah, it's going to be a great year.
Yeah, that's great. And do you like to take a bit of time out as well, when, like musicians, like, a bit of downtime, what do you like to do in your spare time? Like travel, is it?
No, because I'm traveling all the time. So downtime is home in Los Angeles, lots of swimming and exercise and reading books and writing music and, music every day, thinking about the next project,
Sometimes it's nice to just take a bit of a time out, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. But I think about music pretty much every day, though. It's my passion. Yeah. I love it.
Were you born to do what you do then?
I guess so. I can't do anything else. So I'm stuck with the music, and that's good because I think music is enough for a lifetime.
Well, thank you very much for speaking to me today, Sarah. It's been a pleasure. I can feel like your enthusiasm, and your drive for this. You got to have the drive for it, and you've certainly That's the feel I get doing this interview from you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not easy, so you've got to just keep going. And if you're not passionate about it, then don't do it.
Yeah, because a lot of people think that the show business entertainment industry is easy. It's far from that, isn't it?
Yeah, but very difficult. But look, if you've got a vision, if you've got if you know what you want to do, go for it. Don't let anyone hold you back.
And I'm sure this interview will inspire others as well in whatever field they want to do, really, to pursue what they want to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Get out there and do it. Don't let anyone, it's hard, to be vulnerable and to go for things. People are always going to tell you this is no good, that's no good, but you got to do what you want to do. You've only got one life, so get out there, do it.
Brilliant. Well, also what to do is put one of your records on now, and I'm going to go with the Rio song.
Wonderful. Voice of Rio.
The Voice of Rio. That was Sarah Mckenzie. Thanks for joining me on today's show.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.